Hello and welcome to Board Game TV. It's Terror Tuesday and we're playing Lobotomy. And in this scenario, we're going to be our basic goal is to defeat the Antichrist. And it's this guy right here. And he starts on this chapel space here, the altar. He's a real evil looking guy. I ain't gonna kid you, man. The most evil looking things I've ever seen in a game, really. I'm scared it's sacrilegious to even have this in my house. Okay. So, we have to kill him. But, in order to kill him, we have to destroy two altars. One is either going to be... one is going to be an altar of madness. And the other is going to be altar of horror. Now, and that's because we're handicapped with 3 players. If we were using the full 4 players, there would be another altar on the board. And so we randomly put these altars, one there and one there on the board, and then you put an altar token beside it. You don't know which altar it's going to be until you get there. And so we have to destroy the altars. Now, the altar of horror, altar of madness has 8 hit points and 2 defense, and altar of horror has a difficulty 8. So you got to use your imagination on one and just beat up the other one. Once we destroy those 2 altars, then we can defeat the Antichrist. If we kill him before we destroy the altars, although it's not recommended we fight him, he'll just come back here and spawn on this space. We don't have to do nothing with this altar, apparently. So we have Philip Howard, and because we're using Philip Howard, we're changing out the scavengers for deep ones. So remember, he's the father of all terror. Gain control over a non-boss monster on your space. It gains +1 action point and +1 to attack rolls. You can move it and once per turn attack with it. Other monsters ignore it but it loses 1 health at the start of every turn. You can control 2 basic or 1 elite monsters at a time. And he comes with the Old God's Calling, the Elder Sign, the Ritual Knife, Faith Healing, and Twisted Mind. We have Grandma Bates. Each turn gains 3 extra action points usable for movement only. You cannot declare running. She came with the Sword of 1024 Truths, Broken Glass, Somophobia, Bedtime Story, and Drive-Through. Well, I guess I could explain. So, we'll go back to Howard. Old God's Calling is attack with all controlled monsters. Damage dealt. Recover your health if you are on the same space as the attacking monsters. The Elder Sign is +1 defense. Alright. Attacks against these types of attacks against you work only as if they were normal attacks. All your attacks are with the Ankh, which is like holy or something. Ritual Knife, 4 dice. You may lose 1 health to add +1 dice. Faith Healing, recover 4 health to a character in 5 range. And Twisted Mind, gain avoidance 3 for this round. Grandma Bates, that sword is 7 dice, precision, gain a free attack with this weapon each turn. Broken Glass, 5 dice, you may modify the result of 1 die by 1. Somophobia is attack with the number of dice equal to your imagination, which is 7 and +1 to attack rolls. Bedtime Story, a character in the same space draws a memory card, roll an imagination test, success, both of you and that character recover 1 sanity. And Drive-Through, move 1 space in any direction and take a monster on the space you arrive on with 8. And that's critical strike. Then we have Marcus Dieter, lose 1 health to recover 2 to a character on the same space. That's his God Syndrome. He comes with Thor's Hammer, 6 dice, reroll all 1s when attacking with any door tokens from your space for 1. And there you go. Lobotomy Spike, 4 dice. If you roll at least 1, add 1 of those dice, even if used sanity, add another one. Dragon's Breath, which is self-explanatory there. Anthrax, all monsters and characters on a single space and 2 lose 1 health and are stunned. Bedside Manner, recover 3 health to you or a character on the same space as you, or recover 1 sanity to you or a character on the same space as you are, or decrease the cooldown of a skill other than this one by 3. Okay, so I was thinking about maybe we can knock this out and send 1 to one altar and 2 to another altar. I don't know if I should do that though. Or we can have them all stay together and each go to an altar. I don't know which plan of attack would do that. I think Marcus would probably be the one to go, but they all kind of have some good abilities. So I don't know. I think now we've won a lot of these scenarios because we've been handicapped and we've only played one scenario at a time. But I kind of thinking that I might want to play a little bit of high risk, high reward here and try to get this out of the way before the monsters build up on the the board and Antichrist really gets a chance to really start going into us. So I think I am going to do that. I think I'm going to send Grandma real quick over to here, and I'm going to send the other 2 to that altar. So I think that's how I'm going to start. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to start with Howard. And he, of course, he's going to move 1, 2, 3. And that's basically going to be the end of his turn. And Grandma's going to go. And she gains 3 extra for movement only. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move 1. And she's actually going to search this body. And that's going to be her second action point. And she finds a weapon. And she finds a scalpel. Okay. So that's basically her 2 action points. But she gains 3 extra. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be the end of her turn. And then Marcus is going to 3 action points. So we're going to send him. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. And he's just basically going to be in the same space as Howard. And so that was a quick little turn. So let's go ahead and draw a movement card. No event this time. Let's put a shrine token on the board. And it's going to go 1/6 memory shrine on the board. And where is 1/6? I think 1/6 already has one. Yeah. So we got to re-roll that. And it's going to go 1/1. Well, that one already has one. Come on. 1/3. Alright, right there. Of course, the warden's going to move. And then we have to spawn 1 mental patient and 1 scavenger. Let me see here. Now, but remember, we don't have to do this because we're on a 3-player game. And he is going to be a deep one. So we're going to do that. Let me see. I always forget. Okay, we do movement first. So let's go ahead and start up over here. And of course we have the mental patient, and he has 1 action point. So he will move 1. The deep ones have 1 action point, so he's going to move 1. He will move 1, and he will move 1. Okay. I guess we'll move him 1, and we'll move him 1. Let's see. Him 1, and him 1. And the Antichrist has 1 movement point. And let's see what he does here. He has 1 movement point. Now, does the scenario say he gets a special action movement point? I know he moves if you defeat an altar and stuff. So let's see here. Okay. As long as there are no altars under cross. It's the Antichrist, instead of moving, teleports his space with an altar on the next quarter clockwise. If the altar on the next quarter was destroyed, he moves. If there's a character on the space, attacks him. Okay, at the end of the next. Okay, so basically he's just going to teleport to the altar spaces. So he's teleporting to the next one, which would be here. And this is not going to be good. And it says, as long as there are altars on the board, the Antichrist respawns upon death on his starting position. The Antichrist, instead of moving, teleports to the space with an altar on the next quarter clockwise. If the altar on the next quarter was destroyed, he moves to the next altar clockwise. If there is a character on the space with an altar, the Antichrist attacks him at the end of the monster's turn. Next round during the monster's turn, the Antichrist teleports to the next altar, no matter if the character is still there. All monsters on the space with an altar, besides the Antichrist, get +1 defense and +1 attack rating. Okay, and his attacks aren't ranged, so he can't attack her right now. So there we go. All right, so it's actually going to be Grandma's turn. Now it doesn't say. It doesn't say that and there was no surge events. It doesn't say that you have to attack a monster first before you destroy the altar. I'm just assuming maybe. I think maybe for gameplay we got to clear the space of monsters before we can attack the altar. So she could, in theory, since this mental patient, the Antichrist, and the altar are on the same space, she could, in theory, attack whoever, but not the altar. So I'm just going to play it because make it a little bit more challenging. That if there's a monster in the space with the altar, unless if it's a range attack that affects everything, the altar can be affected. Like if we were to use Dragon's Breath. However, if you're just doing a single attack, you got to target the monster in the space with the altar first. So we'll do it like that. Okay, so Philip's going to go. Of course, he goes 1, and then we're going to do 2 here, and it is 2 barricades. Okay, see if he has something. I could use the ritual knife to try to open the thing. Let me think. And that, yeah, I could do that. And then the third move would be to get an altar. Well, the Antichrist is going to show up. So I may not put him in that space with that altar just yet. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's one space. All right, so okay, so what I'm going to do for Howard is we moved 1. We revealed the door 2. So I can do a couple things. I'm going to reveal this door as well. and hopefully it's a locked door. So now this guy can't go through it right now. So we kind of did a good job there, actually, because he's now, unless we unlock this door, these monsters are trapped in here and they can't come out. And Howard will spend 2 durability points on his ritual knife and remove this barricade. So there's that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to fiddle around. I'm going to go with Marcus because that's the end of Howard's turn. So Marcus is going to go, he's going to go 1, and this is still 1 space as you can see. 1, 2. Alright, so we're in here with the altar, a reveal, and this is the altar of madness. And the altar of madness has 8 hit points and 2 defense. So we gotta destroy it. Alright, so I have 1 more action point left with Marcus. And I could try the dragon breath on it. Which I think I'm going to do. It's a risk because the next turn the Antichrist is going to be there. If I don't destroy this altar, the next turn the Antichrist is going to be on that space with Marcus. And that's not going to be good. So I got to make sure I defeat it. So let's go ahead. Oh, wait a minute. I think the handicap. I'm sorry. Yeah, 8 hit points and 2 defense. Okay. So I get 7 die. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And since we got the Antichrist, I'm going to spend an insanity and add one of these dies to it. Remember, my combat rating is 5. He's not the best. So I don't even know if we're going to get this, to be honest with you. So let's go. Let's see. Ooh, that was a bad roll. Okay, that was horrible. That was a horrible roll. That was just piss terrible. So we did 3 hits, and since this thing has 2 defense, yikes. Wow. It's only going to take 1 damage. So that dragon's breath didn't do jack to it. Okay, well, that was really bad. I'm wondering if I should do an insomnia shift to get some more action points. Because that Antichrist is going to be right there. Let me think. Okay, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to use an insomnia shift. And what I'm going to do is we'll move the warden 1 space forward to space 3. And this time I'm going to attack with Thor's hammer. Okay? And I'll get 6 dice on that. Oh man, the problem is this guy needs a 5 and it's still... But with only 1 point of damage, that's terrible, you know? I don't know what else to say about that. Where's that chart? Stuff here. Let me see something. Okay, so I'm going to get 6 dice. This is a stunned. The altar can't be stunned, so 4, 5, 6. And again, I'll spend an insanity. Let's move this to 2. Ah, okay, well that's +1. And that's not going to help. Jesus, this rolling is terrible. Okay, reroll any ones. Well, I don't have any ones. So I hit twice, but I only had, it has a defense of 2. So Look it, man, I just rolled 13 dice and I got like 5 hits. That's horrible. Okay, well, I mean, there's nothing I can do. Alright, so Grandma is going to spend an action, and it has we have a locked door there. Okay. Alright, let's do our imagination. We gotta get 3 successes to open this thing. So let me see. Okay, I have 3 successes. 4s, 5s, and 6 are successes. So I have that. So the door is unlocked. All right. So that's 1 action point. Now this is all, I know because of the weird lines it looks, but we know this is the altar of horror. So I'll just put that there. We know the Antichrist and this monster is in here. And does she have a ranged attack? Okay. I'm going to use drive-through. And I'm going to move here. And I'm just going to give me 8 dice and I get a critical strike and stunned. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going after this mental patient. Probably a little bit of overkill. But that's fine. Now her combat rating is a 5. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. This guy has health of 4, 1 defense. But I get critical strike. So this 6 is going to ignore defense. So that's fine. So I kill this mental patient. And he's dead. So I can cool down, drive through. And I know this monster is going to move here next turn. And I know, but he's going to teleport to there. So that's what's going to happen. And I can't attack the altar because he's in the same space. That's the rule I came up with. So that's fine. That's it for her turn. So now it is our movement phase. No event. Now we have a blue there. Let's see what he does with the blue. Antichrist moves 2 times forward between the altars. After the first move, if there are characters on his space, he uses smash. After the second move, he attacks normally at the end of the monster's turn. The surge does not work if all altars are destroyed. Well, that's terrible. Okay, so so what's going to happen is he's going to move. Okay, he's going to move here. Okay. And he's going to attack, because the surge comes, we're doing the surge thing first. I don't know if that's the right order or not. Sometimes. Well, let's do what we know we do. Let's put a memory token on the board. 2 and 9, okay. So we're going to put a memory token here. The warden will move 1 space. We have no events. But let me see if the surge comes first. And let's see if the surge comes first. Okay, so the Antichrist is going to do a smash. He gets 4 dice. It's smash 4. Everybody on that space, and that's the only one is. Okay, so he has a combat rating of 3. So he hit 3 times. So let's put 3 damage on Marcus. That. Okay. And that's just before his regular attack. So we got to roll to see what kind of regular attack he does. And he does 4. And that is 7 dice and a stun and one of those. Wow. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 die. I'm gonna spin an insanity, and I'm gonna roll a defense die for this. Oof. Okay, that's freaking horrible. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 1 defense, so it's only 6 hits, and Marcus just went down. I mean, with that 1 attack, Marcus, kaboom, went down. Okay, then he's going to go again here. Now this time he won't do the smash, but he will do a regular attack. And that's 4. And I am going to spend a insanity to let her roll a defense die. Oh, that's not good either. Okay. Okay, those are misses. Okay. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take away the defense. That's 6. And that's going to defeat her. Boom. Wow. Oh my God. That guy just stomped a mud hole in us. Okay, let me think about what I want to do. Okay, so we remember when they die, you have to put a charge on each weapon. Just 1. And you recover all health and you gain 2 insanity points. So he went back to 1 and he recovered all health. And then I had to put a charge on Thor's hammer and his lobotomy spike. I had to put a charge on her scalpel and her sword of truth. And she's clear of insanity and clear in health. Now for each death the ward moves 3 times. So he was at 4. So he's going to go to 7. And then he's going to go to 10. For them 2 deaths. Which is horrible. Okay. That was bad. Alright. Now, because we've already done all that, we have to spawn 2 mental patients, but first we got to move everybody. So of course he's moving here, and he's moving here. He can't leave that room, so he's going to stay there, and he'll just move there. Of course, he'll move here, he'll move there, and he'll move there. And then the Antichrist will move here, but there's nobody there. So there's that. And then we're going to spawn 2 mental patients. And that's going to be at 111, which is here. And 3 and 1. Which is here. Okay. Now, so here's Howard's turn, and Howard, I don't want to go in there with Howard because the Antichrist is there. So I have to wait till the Antichrist moves to do anything. So Howard is just going to stay there. He's done. Okay. Now we have Granny, and I can move her 1, 2, 3 extra action points. Okay, so that's her 3 points. 4, 5. Now, that's it for my action points. I can't do anything else. And actually, I'm just going to move her here. Okay. And Marcus, 1, 2, 3. We'll cool down his thing 1. And that's it. That's all I can do. So that's the end of the turn. Jeez. This turned out to be a lot worse than I thought. So let's do our next card. No event, but again a blue surge. Okay, so he's going to move 1. He would attack, but there's nobody there. Then he's going to move 2. He would attack, but there's nobody there. Okay. We put a memory shrine on the board. The warden, thank God, does not move. Okay. And then we're going to move everybody. We'll move him here. Move him here. He'll move here. He'll move here. He'll move here. Now he will move into the altar space. And let's see if they have a range. You don't have any range attack. And then of course he'll move here. Oops, I may have moved him the wrong way. Oh well, he'll move here. He'll move there. We'll put him there. And then we have to spawn 1 nurse and 1 mental patient. So the mental patient goes to 3. Which is here, which is good because he's not going to be able to go anywhere. And then the nurse is going to spawn to 7, and it's a little bit more risque. Well, no, she's in there as well. So, okay, all right. And then I forgot to do his last movement. So his last movement is going to be right here. Okay. So it's our hero's turn. So Howard's going to go. He spends 1 action point to get into there. Okay. So let me see what we're going to do. And he's not the strongest, so he's just got the ritual knife. Now he can lose 1 health to add a die, so he will do that. So he's going to get 5 die. And of course he'll spend an insanity. And he will attack the altar. Okay, so this is the second move. And he has a combat rating of 5. Okay. And he totally... and we totally whiffed. I mean, we did 2 hits, but the thing has 2 defense. Okay, and then so... I'm going to spend my next move to move him back out. And that's it. That's all we can do. Jeez. And I rolled a 1, so I have to put something on the knife. Okay, Grandma. Let's do her cooldown. Let's go ahead and do his cooldown. Okay, I have no range attack. And I risk getting a blue surge. Okay. So, Grandma is going to spend 1 action and attack the deep one. And I'm going to use this sword. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, well that actually is pretty good because I got 1, 2, 3 hits. And so I kill it because they don't have any defense. So I kill that guy. And we can cool down her drive-through again. Okay. Well, actually, that guy gets +1 defense. But that's still gonna be good enough because I didn't roll any ones. Well, I didn't use my insanity, but I do get a free attack with it. So all I gotta do is get one hit, and I got it. But I did get a 1. So all right. So we killed that thing. Fine. Okay. So that's dead. Okay. And so what I want to do now is I'm going to move Marcus in there, and that's just going to be the end of the turn. And now I gotta hope I get lucky. Let's do another movement. Okay, no event. We have a red surge. Oh boy. And red is all altars start to burn with hellfire. Characters on spaces with altars are hit with an attack with 2d6 dice. And 4 attack rating. Shit. 2d6. Okay, so let's start with her. Okay, no. And let's start with Marcus. Okay, he got popped once. He has no defense. So he'll take a damage. Okay. Alright. So the warden will move. And we're going to put a shrine token on the board. And let's move our monsters. And really we're just having to gang up here. Then he'll move here. 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 Okay, this guy can move here. He can move here. He's going to move there. Now the Antichrist will move. And he'll move here, and there's nobody in his space. Okay. And then now we have to spawn a mental patient and a nurse. Okay. Okay, we got another mental patient locked up in this room, which is good because they can't get through that door. And the nurse is at 411. Let me find a nurse here. Here we go. Right here. It's not that good. Okay. But that's the end of the turn. And so Philip is actually just not going to do anything. He's going to stay out of there. Okay. Alright. Grandma, her cooldown is done with drive-through, so that's good. Is going to attack with somnophobia. And that's going to be her first action point. And alright, her imagination is 7, so she gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And she gets +1, and I'm going to spend a sanity. Here we go. Okay, so she gets +1 to her attack rolls, which is good. So we got a 5, 5, another 5, and then 2. So she does 3 damage to it. Wait a minute, damn it, that's not what I need to do. She has to do an imagination test. I'm sorry. Yep. Yeah, she has to do an imagination test. And her imagination is 7. Marcus has a better imagination. He has an imagination of 8. Well, let me think. Okay, so we have to do a difficulty test of 8. We got to get. Well, let me think. Let me see if I want to do it like this. Okay, so the difficulty 8 is we have to do, it's like a barricade. It's a barricade with 10 difficulty. So, we can sacrifice action points, which she has 2 of. So, we're going to go ahead and put 2 hits there. Okay. Then it says, can be destroyed or weapon durability, but only from weapons that don't have the small keyword. Okay. And have 5 or more attack dice. Well, the broken glass and the sword does. But we can only do 1 of each. Now, this is actually going to be... So if I were to do 1 durability of broken glass, so that's 3. And if I were to do 1 durability, the sword of truth, that's 4. We're halfway done. And that's it for her turn. Now Marcus can sacrifice 3 action points, and he can sacrifice 1 from Thor's hammer, which is going to be enough to destroy the altar. So this altar right here has been destroyed. Okay, so it says then he has to go, the Antichrist actually has to move. He has to go back to his starting space, which is fine. Okay, and that's basically the end of the turn. The problem is the warden, if he move, see the problem is next turn, the Antichrist, when he moves, you know what, I think I forgot. Yes, I did. He should have came back to this altar. Okay, alright, because of that, I'm going to give Howard 1 more round of attacks. So, I'm going to lose a health. I'm going to take another die, and I'm going to put my sanity at 2. Okay, +1. Well, it's not going to do anything. So, man, I think I screwed this up. So, yeah. Okay. So now the Antichrist next turn is going to move there. I think, yeah, because he should have been there twice. So I'm going to do this 1 more time. Free. I'm about to lose a damn ritual knife. Let's move this to 3. And of course, nothing. Okay. Alright. So I gave Howard a mulligan. Now, I got to get these 2 up there. But however, the warden is probably going to move to space 12. So let's see. Well, he doesn't move. No event. Okay, so he's actually going to move boom, boom. Nothing else happens. Now we just move our monsters. 1, 1. I'll move her 1. He's actually going to come out. He's going there. And he's going there. Of course, she's going there. Now she will attack. Let's see here. 6 dice. And she has a combat rating of 4, and she only hits once. Oh yeah, okay. So she hits both of them once. Or Grandma once. Okay. So there's that. Now, okay, so the warden has not moved. Then he would move. And he would move here. So Howard really can't do anything. But it's and we have to spawn a deep 1 and a mental patient. And we have 2, 5. Okay, so we're going to do a deep one there. And a mental patient 4, 4. Okay. Alright. So now it's our hero's turn. Okay. Howard can't do anything. Howard's just going to stay there. Okay. Howard is, he's done. Okay. Alright, so Grandma's going to go. Let me think about what I want to do here. Okay, so Granny's going to have to spend 1 action point. And we're going to do this somethinophobia here. And we're going to get 7 die. 5, 6, 7. And then, of course, one of these. We'll spin an insanity. Add that because we got to kill that nurse. Okay, she has 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Plus 1, so that's a 5. And she gains another plus 1. So she's going to actually gain plus 2. So that's 4 hits. Okay, the nurse takes 2 damage. And then she will attack with the Sword of Truth. Okay, well, she killed it, although we're going to have to put a token on it. She killed the nurse. So we'll cool that down. Okay, and then she can move 3. 1, 2, 3. Marcus can move 1, 2, 3. And that's the end of the turn. That's basically all we can do. Next turn, and we're going to have a problem. Okay, characters roll and imagination test. Fail, lose 1 sanity. Okay. Howard, he failed, so he's got to lose his sanity, so he's at 4. Grandma, she passes. Marcus failed, so he's got to lose 1 sanity. Okay, we have a green, which is what it looks like. Antichrist recovers. Okay, well, alright, well, he's actually going to move again here. Okay, and then he gets plus 1 action point, so he's actually going to move back here. So it screws us. The warden will move to 12. And then we have monster movement. I move them there. He'll move there. Okay, Howard, and Howard's going to get attacked now by the mental patient. It's 5 die. And they have a combat rating of 5, and he hits twice. Howard has no defense. Okay, well, he has 1 defense, so he's going to take 1 damage. Okay. Alright. And now we have to spawn 2 deep ones. So we're going 4, 6, which is way over here, which is good. It should be right here. And 3, 10. Okay. Alright, so now it's the hero's turn. Okay. So Howard's got to go. Okay, so he's got to attack that guy. So actually, okay, I think what he's going to do is Father of all terror. He's going to actually control that monster. And I'm actually going to have him move here. And he will attack the other mental patient. Of course, he misses every single time, but okay. Oh, it gets +1 to attack rolls. Well, no, okay, 2 hits. So that other mental patient is going to take 1 damage. Okay, and that's all Howard really can do. So I have something to heal. I'm going to spend my other action point. I'm going to recover 4 health. Okay. Okay, Grandma is going to move her thing, and she will do drive-through. And she will attack that mental patient. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And she has critical strike, I believe. Yeah, it has critical strike. So, we totally killed it. We rolled 3 6s. So we killed it. So that mental patient is dead. So we'll cool down this and cool down that. And that's it. And then Marcus is going to go 1, 2, 3. And we'll cool down his dragon breath, which I've been forgetting to do. So it should be cooled down now. Alright. And that's the end of the turn. So if the ward moves, we're going to lose. And yep, okay. So we got to go with final showdown. We couldn't. Man, I thought this was going to be a cakewalk, and it turned into something real bad. We got our butts handed to us. So we're going to have to fight the warden. And it's not going to be pretty. Alright, so let's get that. Okay. So, of course, he's going to move. Boom, and then he's going to move back there. And now let's move all our characters. I mean monsters. So we're going to move him here. He'll move here. Of course, he will move here. He'll move there. He'll move up 1. They're stuck in the room. He'll come out. This guy's under his control. This one will move here and will attack Howard. And then, of course, this guy will move here. And put that there. So the mental patient is going to attack Howard. And Howard just got popped 3 times. Shoot. So he takes 2 damage. So he has 1 defense. Okay. And then the Antichrist will move. So he'll come here. And the warden will move. Now the warden is going to move right there in Granny's space. Okay, he attacks twice. And we got to roll to see what he attacks. 2. So he does 8 dice and stun. Okay, and his combat rating is 3, so it's 1, 2, shit, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he just popped Granny for 6. And that kills her. She's dead. There's nothing she can do. She's out. Okay. Okay. That's the end of the turn. And we have to spawn 1 deep one and 1 nurse. 210 for a deep one is here. A nurse at 1-1. Okay. Alright, so it's the next turn. Well, actually, that was 1, 2, 3. So actually, I'm sorry. The warden has several action points. So he could actually, after he killed her, move again. And let's roll to see what he's going to do. And he does the same thing, same attack, 8 dice. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he popped Marcus, but he attacks twice. So all he needs is one more hit and Marcus is dead. Yep, Marcus is dead. So Marcus just got taken out. This guy's a beast, man. Okay, so Howard's turn. Howard he's got 3 action points, but he has a mental patient in this thing. But we'll cool down faith healing and we'll cool down this. So he's going to actually have that one guy come and attack that mental patient again. Of course, it has 1 damage too. Okay, plus it's only does 1 hit, and it does nothing to it. So Howard is stuck. He can't. He has the ritual knife, so he's got to attack with the ritual knife. He might as well bump up his insanity to 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, with 1 defense. It already had 1 down. Okay, so he kills this one right here. Okay, so that one's dead. We can cool down faith healing 1. All right, that was his first action point. His second action point is to move into there, and his third action point is to try to destroy the altar. And he will again spend a sanity and attack with the ritual knife. Oh man, 3 hits. Actually, I can lose a health. Might as well to roll an extra die. Oh, that didn't help. That didn't help at all. So the ritual knife has now been destroyed. The altar takes only 1 point of damage. And that's the end of Howard's turn. So we go here. Red. And that's the fire thing. So that's a 2d6. Attack. Luckily we got 1s, so the fire altar didn't hurt. The warden would move. Okay, well, he's not going to. So now the monsters will go. So this monster is going to move here. He's moving here. I guess he'll move here. He'll move here. He'll move there. She'll move here. He'll move there. It doesn't matter. We'll put him there. Of course, I guess he'll go out here. Of course, he moves. And he will attack. Actually, yeah, he goes before the warden. So he moves and he will attack. And we got to roll. And he rolls 2, so he gets 7 dice. And if Howard takes 1 hit, he's dead. And he took 1 hit. Yeah. So Howard died. So what a fail scenario. And so we lose our ritual items. Alright, well, man, I know I made a few little mistakes, especially with moving him there, but man, I thought this was going to be easy peasy. I really did. I thought I was going to have it. I was like, man, we send them there, we would take out that altar. But I messed up by sending Howard by himself because he's weak with weapons, and I should have realized that. But you know, wasn't it? It was Granny that really got beaten at the beginning. So, man, Antichrist guy is hard. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I always enjoy this game, and we only got a couple more scenarios left. So I hope to see you next time. Until then, have fun.